Hey everybody, it's Chase with AV Pop Culture again, and today I am here to show you how to build the best 4K home theater setup using nothing but Amazon's Black Friday deals. These are all things that I'm targeting for my home theater setup, and I'm going to share it with you and show you how to build this no matter what your budget. So pop that tape in, I got you, let's go do this. All right, so home theater system. A lot of you, if you follow me, you know I do not have an OLED TV yet. I've been on a buying freeze even for physical media, so the thought of getting an OLED TV is daunting to say the least at the moment. But as I started to realize there was more and more Black Friday deals coming on, I thought, all this stuff that I have had earmarked to finish out building my home theater setups is most all becoming available on big Black Friday discounts. And I started thinking, this is the time for a lot of you out there, and me if I wasn't on this, in this situation that I am, that I would be finishing my home theater. Or if you haven't started a home theater, if you haven't walked into the 4K yet, or you just want to finish it off, this is the time. We're going to cover everything from TVs to Blu-ray, 4K players, and the audio setup. And right now, there are a lot of options, so let's get to it. Let me fix my TV here. All right, so let's just start at the top. Let's start with a TV. Now, maybe you already have an OLED TV, so if you do, this isn't for you. This part you can kind of fast forward through, but I have been researching the hell out of OLED TVs from everything that I know from a filmmaker and a colorist and editor and everything, and just, someone that enjoys, home theater. And I have landed on LG. Samsung is out there, but Samsung does not do Dolby Vision. So because I review videos, review movies and everything, if it doesn't have Dolby Vision, I can't work with it. So I move Samsung off to the side. Then it comes down really to Sony and LG, and the price points and the different sizes and things like that are available in LG versus Sony narrowed it down to me. Like the Bravia, don't get me wrong, the Bravia, and we'll show it on here, I think it's a solid TV. But we're going to try to keep these. I'm not going to pretend that we have unlimited budgets. So let's go in here and take a look. And the first thing that I noticed on Black Friday, a big deal that's going on right now, is the LG G4 series TV. This is an OLED EVO smart TV, 4K processor, flat screen with remote. This is their flagship, best thing they got really right now. It is being marked down from basically $3,400 to $2,296. So you're getting about $1,200 off. It's a 32% discount. Now, that's a good deal. Of course, it's going to have Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos. It's going to have their latest processor, the A11, with, it says 7 times improved graphics, faster speed, faster AI performance, all of that. It's still a lot of money for a TV. Like, even if you're in the budget for whatever, this is for the 65 inch, okay? So if you want to step down to the 55 inch, you're looking at $1,800. And if you want to jump up to the 77 inch, you're looking at basically $3,500. But this is probably just overall one of the best TVs that you can buy. And I'm in the market for a 65 inch because this TV, the OLED TV, is going to go in my editing room. And I can only get about 10 feet, 11 feet away at most. So I can't go bigger than a 65. I have a 55 inch in here now. I'm looking for a 65 because I'm the one that's going to be watching these most of the time. Now, my living room, a much brighter room. You can't deal with the light in there. It has massive floor-to-ceiling windows, huge. It's probably going to have a QLED TV just to be bright enough to handle that room. And I can get a much larger TV for a larger room for cheaper when I get there. But this is the one if you have a little bit more budget. But there is another one that I have been looking at that is honestly more, I would love to have that one. That would be the top of the line. But there is one that is more in my budget right now. And if I were buying, there is no budget right now. This one may go on a little bit more sale on Friday itself because this right now just has it's on sale, but it hasn't hit its Black Friday sale yet, and I've heard it's coming. This is the C3, the LG C3 series. So it's a little newer version of the C2. It has a little bit faster processor. It is a little bit brighter. It's very similar to the C2, and it is on sale now for basically $1,300, $1,296. So you're full $1,000 down from the G4, and that's a big $1,000. So this would be the one that I would probably look at in here. Now this has a generation back processor, so it's a generation 9 processor that it has in there, but still has amazing reviews for this TV, just like the C2 does. And I mean, for that other $1,000, you might be able to build the whole rest of your 4K system. So you have to keep that in mind. Is like a small upgrade in the possible upgrade in the picture, like a 10% increase in the ability or brightness of the TV. Is that worth it when you could take that other $1,000? This is what I would do if I'm building the package. I would probably go with this C3 at $1,296, and then I would start to put together my sound system. And you guys are going to see this is on. I'm money where my mouth is. This stuff is all on my Amazon wish list because I've been doing this research. So I'm just going to pull up my Amazon wish list, and we're going to go down here. So the next thing I'm going to look at is a 4K player. Okay, and I already have the Samsung XM2800, I think is what it is. That is the 4K region-free player that is going to be the same price pretty much as this Panasonic UB820. I like the Sony, and the Sony gives me freedom to be region-free with my Blu-rays. The 4Ks are region-free anyway. But the Blu-rays are region-free on the Sony. That's a region-free player. I can play a Blu-ray from anywhere, so I'm not limited. But I already have that, and so now I'm going to look at the picture, the best picture quality. And the best picture quality is going to come out of the Panasonic UB820 in a reasonable price range. You could step up. There are $1,000 Panasonic Blu-ray 4K players that are region free. I think it's like the 9000 or something like that, the UB 9000. But this one has everything you need, just like the TV. It is going to do Dolby Vision, HDR, HDR10, all that kind of stuff. It's going to do it. But what is the key here is this precision chroma chip that they have for Ultra HD content, for 4K content with high dynamic range. This is what sets this particular player apart. You're just going to get better picture. It's going to be more true to, like it says, a Hollywood cinema experience for beyond dazzling picture. It's true. It is a visible difference. It's not massive, but it's a visible difference if you're starting to try to put all these things together. So now, if I can upgrade my 4K player a little bit, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it with this one. Now, right now, it's 20% off. It may drop a little bit more on Black Friday, but if I could go and buy one right now, and I don't have to worry about region free. Now, if you need region free and you want an all-in-one, the Sony is the way to go for the same price, and we can take a look at it in just a second. But you can get the region-free version of this jumps up another $300 or so. Whereas the Sony, if you want a region-free, you can see I last purchased this. You can see if there in May of this year. So this one is on sale too for about 25% off. First of all, it was never $554, and $410 is actually more than I paid for it. Back in May, I think I paid $349 for this. So I would watch for this to go on sale. But honestly, if I'm building a package right now, I'm taking that C3 that's on sale for $12.96, and I'm taking this Panasonic UB820 with that chip. That chip is the key, and this thing will play any disc you shove into it. I would take the Panasonic UB820. So that's $400 more dollars. Now I'm up to $1,700. So I still am like $600 underneath the price for the G4 TV alone. So I still have $600 to play with. Now let's start building out the sound system here. I'm going to go here, and yes, receivers, there is a lot of receivers out there. There's a lot of them that are great. There's a lot of them that are going to be maybe better than this one that I'm telling you. Obviously, you know, people that are super into sound. But for everything you need to do for Dolby Atmos, to hit those height tracks, to have the 4K pass-through, which is a real thing, all that kind of stuff, the one that I have researched and keep coming back to is the Denon receiver here. It is the AVR S760H. It's a 7.2 channel audio video receiver. Punches 75 watts per channel. You got to have good speaker wire too, but it'll pop 75 watts per channel, and it will actually virtualize those height tracks in the Dolby Atmos. Right now for Black Friday, it's on sale, and this does really go back up to $600, but right now it's on sale for $349.99. So $350. You're looking at a little over 40% off here. This receiver is going to be what you need. It also runs at 8 ohms, which will play well with the speakers we're going to talk about in just a minute. So here we have the Denon receiver. So now you have your TV, your 4K player, and your receiver. You got all your big pieces put together. Now it is speaker time. And I've talked a little bit about this when I just showed you around as I'm putting together my system here, slowly but surely, piece by piece. Let me see if I have them all saved in my list here. I might have taken these out because I already have a couple of them that I bought over time. Okay, first up, on sale for Black Friday are the Klipsch Atmos speakers. So you can get a set of these. That's going to be your height channels. You could go this way with it, and you could mount these or set these on top of your side speakers. But there's another way too, and I'm going to give you this. But this way, it's $159 for the set. That's for both speakers together, of a set of like reference, you know, Klipsch reference Atmos speakers. So that's $160. Now this price fluctuates. They've taken the Black Friday sale off just since I was set up to record this. But look, because this is going to go somewhere between $119 and $149, depending on the day, right? The Black Friday, what they do here. So you could go Atmos that way. One thing that you're definitely going to do is you're going to need a good bass end, at least one. One is probably enough for the majority of people, okay? Especially if you're used to a sound bar. This is the one I'm targeting right here. This is the Klipsch. This is a 12-inch subwoofer reference. This is from their reference line. 61% off right now. It's going for $234. That price is going to fluctuate up and down $10, $12, so just watch it. But if all the reviews going back and forth through tons of reviews, there is this one, which is 120 watt that you could look at. And then there is this one, which is, I also think this one is, these are pretty much the same. They're both 12-inch. This one's the older model right here. But I actually wanted to go with the one that is the bit newer model, and it matches my other speakers, the reference line. So there is your bass end. Now for your right and left tracks, you have a couple of options here. Let's see if I can find it. So I have these two bookshelf speakers. That's what I have. I already have these two. This is a pretty good deal. They're about 20 something percent off for Black Friday. This is your pair. This is your right and left channel. I have them sitting right over here. They are really good speakers, $169. So now if you take your TV that is $1,300 and you add your $400 player to it, you're at $1,700. You add your $350 receiver, you're at $2,050. And if you add your bass end speaker, your subwoofer, you are at basically $2,285. Let's just say $2,300. So you still are $100 under that G4, the difference in the G4 and the C3 TV by itself. Now, if you add these two speakers, your right and left channel, you're adding another $175. So now you're at $2,475. All right, now you just have a center channel and one other option left to go. So let's go over here and see if we can find the Klipsch center channel that I have. Boom, it is right here. You can see I've actually purchased this 2 times for 2 separate rooms. This is a great speaker. It delivers very clear dialogue, very clear center channel audio. So you have this. It is the Klipsch R52C center channel speaker, $140. So now you're at $2,500, $2,550 roughly. And you could be all set right there. You could stop because you have a right, left, you have a center, you have your Atmos, you have your subwoofers, right? That is one way to go, and you're at $2,550, and you could stop right there. So you would only spend about another $150 for everything over the TV by itself if you jumped up to the G4. But there is another way that you can go on here if you want to get the Atmos and you want to go a little higher end. Let's see if I can pull this up real quick. All right, here we go. Here we are. Now you could go, these are not on sale right now though, so I initially just didn't put them in here. You could go, also you could add these floor standing speakers. You could get rid of the $160 worth, $175 worth of the other Atmos speakers, and you could get these floor standing speakers, and this would serve, and you could get rid of the right and left channel if you wanted to. You could keep them for back surround sound. Okay, that's what I would do. I would just get rid of the Atmos speakers, and if you have a space to set up back surround sound, you can get these floor standing speaker pair. This has the Atmos speaker built in the top of it already, and this is going to serve as your right and left channel and your Atmos speakers. Now, if you don't care about the back surround sound speakers, you could also get rid of those 2 bookshelf speakers. I'm using them as my right and left channel. They also make good back surround, okay? But you could get rid of them and those other Atmos speakers. That's going to be $325 you save. You could put it over here. You've got a higher quality right and left channel, and you've got your Atmos. It's going to be a difference of about $300. But that is another way to go, and then you don't have to worry about where to put those Atmos speakers because they're firing up from inside the top of these speakers. If you go that route and you get rid of the right and left or back surround speakers and the Atmos, then instead of $2,550, you're going to be in for like $2,850. And if you keep the right and left channel for back surround, you are in and out of all of this, built your entire system with a powerful surround system that has Atmos for about $3,000. Everything total. And if you go back and you think that G4 series TV by itself is $2,400, I could have all of this. The highest, the best end, you're good for $3,000. If you don't even want these speakers, you can chop that down a little bit more. You can just get 2 sets. If you need back surround too, you can get 2 sets of those right and left speakers and be out of this thing for $2,700. Okay, so that is how I would put it together. If I could do anything right now, I would get these sets of speakers right here. I'm not sure which side is going to be on. These sets of speakers, and I would keep my right and left channel, and I'd put them in the back bookshelf speakers. And then I don't have to worry about wiring Atmos up my wall or anything else. I would get these. I would get the UB 820 player. I'd get the D9 receiver, and I would get the C3 OLED. And I would be off and running. So you got a couple of options here. And of course, the $3,000 package, if you got the G4 TV instead, would be $4,000. The $2,500 package would be $3,500. Just add $1,000 or $1,100 roughly to it. But that's how I would put together this set. And of course, you're going to need things like speaker wire, stuff like that. There are sets that you can get that. Well, let's just look at it. So you can grab, if you want to, you could grab this set right here and watch for this on Black Friday to maybe go down $100, but probably not a lot. You could grab this reference theater bundle, and you have 2 bass end speakers, the same center channel, the same right and left, and you got the floor standing, but you would have to add the Atmos speakers to this for another $150. So that would be $2,550. So you might, or $1,550. So you might as well say $1,600. And then you would have to add a $400 Blu-ray player, 4K player. That would be $2,000. You would have to add the $350 receiver. That would be $2,350, and then you would add the $1,300 TV, and you are at $3,700. It's way more expensive to go that way, which is why I didn't do it, because they're putting 2 bass end speakers over here. But you could do it if you just wanted it to be simple. The way I did it is a piece at a time, and that's what I was trying to show you guys, because I know how, I know how to wire stuff up and do that. But if you're worried you can buy it as a bundle, I wouldn't do that, because you're going to get a better deal. And most of the time, you do not need 2 bass ends in one room. You really don't. Especially if you're coming from a sound bar or the sound in a TV, you are good, bro. You are good. But these would be my pair that I really, really would love to add right here. And but if I can't, I mean, my main thing is the TV right now. So you start with the TV first and then work down from there. You need the TV, you need the player. I'm going with the C3. I'm going with the Panasonic UB820. And then you need a receiver if you want to set up sound. I'm going with the Denon that I have on here. And then the first 3 speakers you need to get are the center channel and a right and a left. And if you can't afford this set of right and left, you can get the bookshelf speakers and use them as right and left, the center channel, and those will be $300 roughly together. With the Denon receiver is $350. That's $650. It's going to, just those 3 speakers together will blow away any sound bar that you can get. Sorry, they will. They may not mimic Atmos, but they're going to blow away any sound bar that you can get. So I would do that. And I do think there is maybe, let's see. Let's see here if they have any others that are going on sale, just to double check. I don't see them with any other speakers that have the Atmos built in them. Because if you buy them separately here, they're $300 a piece, which why would you do that? I mean, just buy them together. It's the same price. Now, if you just want a 5.2 setup, you can also go this way, but you're not going to have a bass end. There is a reference series set that you're going to have to go out and buy the bass end. You're going to have your floor standing and your surround speakers in your center channel. The bass end is going to be another $230, so you'd be at $1,070. So you might as well say $1,100. And then you're going to have your if you want Atmos, you're going to have to buy that set to go with this particular set right here. So you're going to be at $1,100, and then you're going to need $175 more for the Atmos set. So you're going to be at $1,275 plus $1,300 for the TV. You're going to be at, $2,600 roughly. So I still think the first way that I said to do it is the best way. $1,300 TV, $400 4K player, you're at $1,700. A D9 receiver, you're at $1,050. Then you add the center channel, you're up to about $1,200, $2,200, a little bit less. Then you add the right and left speakers, the bookshelf speakers, you're at $2,375. And then you add the bass end, you're at $2,600. And that you could stop right there, or you could add the Atmos, and you'd be at like $2,800 or so. But I still think buying it a piece at a time is going to be ultimately the cheaper way to go, and you're going to be more likely to find those Black Friday deals on that. So I will try to put things up here price wise, because I know I'm talking a lot and it's a lot of numbers being thrown out, but I will try to run it down what I would buy here. So I'm going to go with the C3 TV. I'm going to go with the Panasonic UB820 player. I'm going to go with the D9 receiver. I'm going to go with the Klipsch center channel speaker. I'm going to go with the Klipsch right and left channel. Bookshelf speakers. This is where it'll vary a little bit. I'm going to go with that bass end 12-inch subwoofer. And I am going to go with the Atmos speakers that sit on top. That's one way to go. Or I can take away the Atmos speakers and the bookshelf and get me these floor standing with Atmos, and it'll be this much. Or I can keep the bookshelf and just get rid of the Atmos and get the floor standing speakers. So there you go. That's how I would build this setup with Black Friday. I wouldn't get the G4 because I think the money that you could save there, you can build out a whole system, and I don't think the quality is enough for that over the C3. So you can build an amazing home theater for under $3,000 on Black Friday, and much under it depending on how much sound system you want and which way you want to go. But I will supply links to everything I'm talking about here, and hopefully it helps you out. It's a different kind of video. I have more videos. We do physical media news, unboxings, 4K reviews, lists, rankings, all that from a fan and filmmaker's perspective. This is just a little something different that I thought I'd help you guys out. This is what I would be targeting. This is what I'm planning to do to build a system, a theater that you can really enjoy and get the most out of your 4Ks. But I hope you enjoyed this. Chat in the comments. If you have, please like and subscribe. It really super helps me out. If you want to help support the channel, you can join below at the links to my Patreon, or right here on YouTube. Get your name in lights as always. Get all kinds of special videos, behind the scenes of my filmmaking, all that kind of stuff, and just be a part of the pop culture family. And I keep links to all of my targets and great deals and stuff below. If you take those, it really does help out the channel. If you click on those, anything you buy, it does help out the channel. And I really do appreciate it. And until next time, be kind, rewind like always. This is Chase with AV Pop Culture, and I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye. I know.